Part 2 of book Gayatri Mantra, The Genesis of Divine Culture. The ideal timing for doing these are two Sandhya times around sunrise and sunset. Muslims offer sacred prayers of namaz 5 times a day. If you regard yourself as a Hindu, you should also do Gayatri Upasana twice a day. This mantra is also referred as Guru Mantra. In the ancient times, the Gurus used to initiate a child's education by writing the Gayatri Mantra on a blank slate. The disciple was taught its pronunciation and asked to enunciate it repeatedly while also moving his fingers or pencil on its written version. Kalam is like a Guru Mantra for the Muslim, Baptisma is for the Christians. Similarly, Gayatri Mantra is for the Hindus, followers of the Vedic culture. This mantra is also a Guru Mantra in the sense that its sadhana awakens you from within and also takes you to a noble Gutu for your spiritual growth. It is pathetic to see our decline since the medieval times. We have lost all our ancient science, artistic talent, economic riches, prosperity, and global influence in that dark period of religious delusions, blind customs, lethargy, mutual mistrust, and conflicts, and allowed the handful of invaders to rule over us. Not only that, we even forgot our mother. The children who leave their mother and ignore to recognize her ruin their own fate. We have also done that. We have separated ourselves from the light of Mother Gayatri, which loves, nurtures, strengthens, and awakens our souls. It is the radiance of Gayatri that had once upon a time illumined us like the divine humans. Dev Manav, we the Indians were most capable and talented leaders and guides of the entire world. Our rishis had disseminated knowledge across the globe. They roamed around from north to south, distant east to west for the welfare of mankind and helped humanity's cultural ascent and civilization. Archaeological evidences also affirm it. The Sun Temple and ancient calendar found there show that the Indian culture had reached in North America and Latin American countries much before Columbus or even the Red Indians. This was the Indian culture, the divine culture that had shown the path of global peace and progress. This was the great culture derived from the Gayatri Mantra. What went wrong then? After the Rishi age, several generations of our forefathers sincerely followed their teachings. But gradually, post-Mahabharata war, the extrovert attitude, charm of worldly possessions, sensual pleasures, ego and selfishness pulled us off the track and drove us in the thick smog of illusion. The darkness increased and we lost our way, confused our identity and forgot our very origin. What happens in the darkness of night without any ray of light? Thieves, thugs, owls, scorpions, snakes, baits, etc. come out to rule over the land. We can't even walk properly on the routine road if it is plunged in darkness. We have remained astray for over 2000 years of this dark phase. Why all this happened? Because we shielded ourselves from the light of Gayatri. The Gayatri Mantra is eternal and universal. Its grace is there for everybody like that of the sun, soil and air. But some of us chose to misinterpret and distort the true knowledge given by the rishis and made a hierarchy of the four Varna social groups, and linked them with one's birth. The distortion did not end here. It deprived 3 of 4 Varnas if the sadhana upasana of Gayatri. Not only that, even in the privileged class, women were not allowed to chant this mantra. Thus, only 1/8 of the human population was allowed by the so-called priests and protectors of religion to know this universal mantra. Sharp but selfish intellect finds ways to justify its wrongs. Some mighty swamis, the heads of some self-styled cults, further exploited the faith of innocent masses by claiming that because of a curse of Lord Brahma, the jap of Gayatri Mantra cannot be practiced in the present era. Kalyug, some pandits were still ahead of them. In further strengthening the superstition, they spread the rumors that Rishi Vasishtha and Vishwamitra have blocked this mantra to prevent its misuse. So only few deserving devotees initiated by authorized gurus can do the jap of the Gayatri Mantra. No logical mind, no seeker of spirituality can ever accept such preposterous arguments. How could Lord Brahma, who did Gayatri sadhana for thousands of years, curse it? I once asked the propagators of misconceptions. I also had a genuine doubt if he had to restrain the sadhana of Gayatri Mantra. Why Maharshi Vishwamitra rediscovered this mantra and disseminated its knowledge on the earth? Obviously, they had no answer. They can't show a single line from the Vedic texts in support of their preposterous statements. On the contrary, a little research would show that the facts are quite the contrary. For example, you may find ample number of citations of Rishikas, women sages and saints of the Vedic times who accomplished devout sadhana of Gayatri and thus qualified to enunciate Vedic hymns with commentaries. Many of the mantra discovered by them appear in the Vedic literature and stand as immortal evidence against the distortions of the medieval times. Once a Panditji came to me and objected to my allowing people chant the Gayatri mantra loudly. This mantra shall be whispered silently in the right ear of the deserving disciple, he argued. I said, good things are always said and spread loudly. Is this mantra not good, or is it a lie, a secret of war strategy, or an untoward or obscene statement that one would hide? So you see how the dark phase of history had confused, distorted, and destroyed the truth and maligned the most precious source of knowledge and superculture of humanity. This dark phase also ruined the edifice of the philosophy and original values of the Hindu religion. In no religion, be that Christianity, Islam, Sikh, or others, will you find such divisions as you see among the Hindus today. It is divided in the name of caste, creed, communities, and hundreds of such mindless concepts and offshoots of selfish attempts of the self-styled mighty religious heads or social leaders. It is a pity that a society endowed with rich treasures of preeminent heritage was virtually turned into a beggar and a blind follower of superstitious customs. But there is always the dawn of a new day after every dark night. The roots of divine culture cannot be eliminated from this land of the great rishis. Culture, it is bound to grow and blossom again with the rise of bright sun that is peeping through the cradles of 21st century. With Sunrise, one begins to see rejuvenating natural light everywhere. Thieves, owls, scorpions, snakes, baits, etc. all run away. Birds chirp with joy. Peacocks begin to dance. Lotus opens its petals and soothing cold breeze flows everywhere. Night sleep is over and one feels energetic and enthused in the freshness of morning. I perceive that we are also very soon going to see the emergence of a bright era with the advent of the new century. This will also be the Sunrise of revival of the glorious past. The knowledge of Gayatri Mantra will spread in all direction. This will strengthen and uplift the backbone, the foundation of the divine Indian culture. Thank you for watching Spiritual Books. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.